okay. Hätte ich wahrscheinlich vorne rausgehen müssen. Unbekannt. Die kennen wir nicht?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Die suchen
Did he
wir.
really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Okay, ihr Leben in London? Wie ist die Lage?
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Okay. Erzählen Sie mir.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Ich habe da eine Leiche gefunden, übrigens.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Dr. Corcoran Tippett, und das ist auch derjenige, den wir ansprechen müssen. Der hat die falsche Untersuchung, glaube ich, unterschrieben.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Warum gucken die manchmal in die Kamera? Das finde ich voll verstörend in manchen Gesprächen. Hör auf, in die Kamera zu gucken. Ich bin gar nicht da. Hinweis benötigt. Alles klar. Tschüss.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
So, Dr. Tippett müssen wir auf jeden Fall finden. Das ist wohl er. Erstmal klauen.
Really pissed me off this time.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reid has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Ich entschuldige mich, ich wollte eigentlich alle Gespräche in der letzten Folge machen, damit wir heute mal ein bisschen Gas geben können. Aber das Spiel besteht leider aus... Was heißt leider? Das Spiel besteht nun mal aus sehr, sehr vielen Gesprächen. Ich wusste nicht, dass hier noch viel mehr Staff ist. Und das ist ja nur eine Location von 3 offenbar. Deswegen, komm, wir fragen uns mal durch einfach. Wie ist die Lage?
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Die Belegschaft ist wichtiger, es ist überall dasselbe, ich hatte keine große Wahl. Ja, hier.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reid. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Der scheint ja eigentlich auch nett und engagiert zu sein. Was hat es mit diesen Geschäften auf sich? Das müssen wir gleich mal fragen. Aber erstmal natürlich anderes.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Okay. Läuft da was bei den beiden oder sind die Partners in Crime?
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Ja, gut, er ist natürlich auch sehr erschöpft, genau wie Sie, mein Herr. Sie sind erschöpft, mache ich mal später, weil ich möchte mein Zeug nicht an ihn verschwenden, wenn er hier illegale Sachen macht. Hinweis benötigt. Okay, hier.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Aber wir haben doch die Leiche gefunden, verdammt. Na gut. Das war ihr Leben in London, sie wirken erschöpft.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Sie müssen nichts beweisen, Schwester Gwyneth macht sich Sorgen, das ist natürlich auch wahr.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Okay, können wir vielleicht...
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Okay, der will nicht. Na gut.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Wir können ihn nicht darauf ansprechen, verdammt. Sprich mit der Gönnerin, dann machen wir das mal. Wer... Warum? Ach, er ist das.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reid. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Mysteriöser, glaube ich. Über den Mann, den sie ins Wasser stießen. Auch, ja, eine interessante Frage.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
Sie sind dort beinahe gestorben. Wollte er Rache?
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother.
Ach, klar.
Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
Überleben und Preis sind ein Monster, vielleicht haben Sie recht. Warum muss er den Bruder töten?
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reid. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Der wird bestimmt auch gut schmecken. Weiß nicht, wie es euch geht. Wie gefällt's Ihnen?
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Ganz großartiger Charakter.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reid. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad and dirty.
But you're
Wieder
alive
Mutter.
thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Alter. Da würde ich gar nicht warten, bis ich den esse. Den kann ich gleich so zerteilen. Toller Typ. Persönliche Fragen.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
Das werden wir sehen. Sie werden bald sterben.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I can say for most folks.
And who are you then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Ja, die Frage ist nur, auf welche Art und Weise wird ihr den Place leaven? Persönliche Fragen hat mal gerade, ist nichts Neues passiert. Nee. Leben in London auch nichts Neues. Wir machen mal kurz Details. Clay hatte den Bruder des Mannes umgebracht, der ihn umbringen wollte. Clay hat vor, nach seiner Genesung weiterhin der Anführer der Gang zu sein und dann aber nur noch einen einzigen Hinweis und dann wird er richtig lecker. Und er ist erschöpft. 30% Verlust der Blutqualität. Gefällt mir nicht. Da müssen wir ihn doch noch heilen. Er hat keine Beziehung. Wenn er verschwindet, wäre es egal. Oh, hier ist noch ein Hinweis. Mist. Ach, ärgerlich. Dann müssen wir noch warten, bis er uns schmecken wird.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
Okay, spannend.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Miss, please, I feel sick. Get over here now.
Ganz astreiner Typ. Was ist da hinten los? Hier wird erstmal Crack geraucht.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Ach,
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
sie ist das, alles klar? Nichts Neues hier, ne? Wir haben nichts freigeschaltet gerade. Gut, ciao.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Schönes Gespräch. Hä, wo ist denn er hin? Dahin. Wer ist das? Hä? Nein!
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Hau ab! Lass mich!
Goodbye.
Good evening, goodbye. Good evening, goodbye. Jetzt aber.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reid. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reid. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reid. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Guter Mann. Ich habe ihre Geldbörse gefunden. Oh, haben wir? Ja, natürlich. Ist ja klar. Ach, die war da hinten beim... Alles klar, da wo die Vampire gefressen haben. Skanks wollte ich sie gerade nennen, ist aber der falsche Begriff dafür. Ich bin eigentlich ganz froh, dass ich die restlichen Gespräche nicht in der letzten Folge gemacht habe, sonst wäre die wahrscheinlich 5 Stunden lang geworden. Okay, machen wir erstmal hier.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reid.
Alles klar. Handeln können wir auch. Untersuchung erfolgreich. Miltons Ruf und seinen Kollegen ist mittelprächtig. Milton und Schwester Pippa sind ein Paar. Personenkreis Pippa. Und hier Pippa und Milton sind ein Paar. Qualität. Du bist so köstlich. Hier wird so ein kleiner Zahn und hier der andere Zahn. So wird's laufen. Ich bin ASMR-Vampir. Ich mach's immer so. Der ASMR-Vampir, Alter, das ist ja furchtbar. Und wenn ich wegfliege, mache ich dann... Okay, ich höre schon auf. Ich höre schon auf. So, handeln? Okay. Ihr Leben in London, erstmal hier.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Gut, jetzt wissen wir zumindest, was passiert ist. Und der Patient wurde, glaube ich, komplett gegessen, wenn ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reid.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Ich rede so wenig dazwischen, damit die Gespräche sich nicht noch mehr in die Länge ziehen.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reid. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Hat recht. Wollte ich eigentlich auch nicht sagen. Ich wollte nur alles abfrühstücken hier gerade.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reid. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
Harriet Jones. Haben wir die schon gesehen? Kommt mir nicht bekannt vor.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
So, wollte ich mir mal angucken. Waffen. Miltons Schrotflinte, 296. Kostet 315, wir haben 110. Können wir uns nicht leisten. Ein Griff, Abzug, lalalala, gewöhnlicher Griff, Aluminiumpulver, Aluminiumfragment, Schmiermittel, Schraube. Okay, die können wir irgendwann mal kaufen, momentan aber nicht. Das war Milton. Bei Milton muss ich mal an Office Space denken. Wie heißt denn nochmal auf Deutsch der Film? Das weiß ich gar nicht.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
Ach, die ist ja lieb.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Sie ist ein Vampir.
It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night.
Ja.
Before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Schön, Sie zu sehen. Ich fühle mich betrogen. Swansea hat ein Fable. Ah, hier.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Okay, ich bin hier, um Ihnen zu helfen, natürlich.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Erstmal fragen.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need weight.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Wir dürfen den Schuldigen nicht aufessen? Kackspiel. Oh Mann, ich esse doch so gerne Menschen.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Bitte fahren Sie fort. Bedroht er?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Ich finde die Musik gerade so großartig mit dem
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Das versuche ich die ganze Zeit bei Detroit zu erklären. Warum hört keiner auf mich? Gegen Gewalt. Hilft nicht gegen Gewalt. So, okay.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Also ein bisschen Cluedo-Style hier gerade, ne?
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Ich kümmere mich darum, ist das wahr? Ich frage einfach mal. Wir sind ja beide Vampire.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Ich brauche auch Blut, ich brauche nur Informationen. Das ist nur logisch. Hier. Ja.
Excuse my impertinence, Your Ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé, I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Oh wei, oh wei, oh wei. Meine Überzeugungskünste haben ja schon mal sehr gut funktioniert, wenn ich mich recht entsinne. Das wird richtig doof. Ach, hier waren wir ja noch gar nicht. Das ist nicht das hier. Ja, die haben wir noch gar nicht. Die Harry Jones haben wir noch gar nicht. Das ist nicht Harry Jones. Wo ist die denn? Ich kann mich auch nicht erinnern, dass wir mit ihr gequatscht haben. Oder waren es aber zu viele Namen auf einmal? Das ist er? Oh, wir waren ja noch gar nicht drin, glaube ich. Das ist die Harriet Jones. Schokolade zum Frühstück. Dann würde ich sagen, in der nächsten Folge... Ja, komm, ich spiele noch ein bisschen weiter. In der nächsten Folge stellen wir hier mal ein paar Fragen und dann versuchen wir den Mord aufzuklären. Sag mal, die Kameraführung irritiert mich immer. Ich möchte gerne die Harry Jones in den Vordergrund bringen. Ich versuche immer eine gute Kameraführung bei LPs hinzukriegen. Und jetzt hat sich die aber in seinem Rücken ein bisschen festgebackt. Okay. Damit man die Charaktere sieht, aber das funktioniert leider nicht immer. Na gut, Freunde, dann würde ich sagen, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. In der nächsten Folge versuchen wir mal, dem ganzen Mysterium auf den Grund zu gehen. Und ich hoffe, ich scheitere nicht. Ich hoffe, ich kann den Typen überzeugen, ich darf ihn ja nicht essen. Das Leben als Vampir ist hart. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao mit V. Tschüss.